Hello everybody, this is Gabriel Islas again. So, I'm going to, first of all I'm going to start off by directing you to another tutorial by another fellow Full Sail student and YouTuber. Uh, I'm not even sure if there's a proper way to pronounce his name, but I'll just go ahead and type it. The channel is Sphagnum, is how I want to pronounce it. And yeah, he does more in-depth tutorials. We've agreed to do like some kind of collaborative effort. His tutorials, if there's some things that you are not understanding, such as the vocabulary I'm using, or you know, just anything at all that is related to these tutorials, you might want to go backtrack and check out his tutorials. His are very, very, very nice. They definitely talk about more what an IDE is, what a compiler is, and what it does, and you know the process of which all of that undertakes. His is definitely more, honestly, mine are more to hasten the process through the fundamentals here, and that's mostly because you know I kind of already am busy as it is, so I don't have a whole lot of time, and even with that, I'm limited with my recording program to like do these videos under 10 minutes. So that's part of the issue. Anyway, I'm going to continue. This is going to be my second lesson. If you haven't already written down a main and everything, you probably want to do that now, or like creating a main CP. If you forgot how to do that, you just kind of add a new item, and then you would add the CPP file and name it here. And that's just how you would do all that. So anyway, here we are. I kind of lied to you in the last video. We're not going to go over defining functions and declaring functions just yet. I'm actually going to kind of just go through a little bit more of the fundamentals, and today we are going to work on if statements. Yes, that is the word. If statements are going to use oftentimes conditional Jesus, I can't spell. Conditional operators. And the conditional operators are as follows. There is equals. I'm pretty sure this is actually one of them. Although, however, we're not going to use that a whole lot. This is not equals. And what else is there? Less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Am I forgetting any? Maybe, maybe not. If you want to take a look at these are there's a whole kind of vast, probably majority of these in different languages. They're different things, but for C++, this is typically what you're going to be using the most. On top of that, we are going to be using or to connect our conditions within the if statement, and then there's going to be and then the last symbol would be not. Now, it's basically what you're going to be using for these if statements. The syntax of that is comparing two different values, or actually typically it is just comparing two different values. So to get started, actually let me real quick label these. I feel like, so under here this is equals. two equal signs is equals. And then right here is not equal. No, geez. Okay, and then right here is less than. That is not a rage face. And this is greater than. And what else? And for this, I'm just going to go ahead and say less than or equal to less than or equal to and greater than or equal. Right. So I kind of went a little further off than I should have on that. But yeah. So that is basically all of the symbols we will be using. At least for this tutorial. I'm sure there are more. If you're curious to find out what other conditional operators there could be, or how they're used, or what their specific meaning is, I'm sure you could find like a whole list of them online. Well, obviously you are online if you're watching my tutorial on YouTube, but I'll put links down. I'm going to put links for XX Fagnum's channel XX, and then I'm going to put maybe the common resources c++.com, I believe. So I'll probably just show you that. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and show you what an if statement is. This is the syntax of an if statement. It's usually if followed by some sort of condition, and then you're going to put some kind of result that happens afterwards. Or you can also write it this way. You can write if with the condition sort of like how you would create a function body. You would put a curly brace, and then you would maybe put an end curly brace, and you would end it as such. Of course, if you're going to do it this way, you would probably in between here want to have a list of results. It's typically how it works. So yeah, that is your syntax for an if statement. And basically, if you wanted to link two different conditions simultaneously, you would use these guys right here. So you would put something like syntax for linked if statements. You would put if with condition 1 and condition 2, and basically it's going to do the result once both of those conditions are met. And then you have the or that can also go in between here to replace the double ampersands. And if you're not sure how to get the or symbol, it's there's just shift. Well, it should be on your keyboard the same way. It's a shift with the backslash. So yeah, for some reason not everybody can locate that. At least not immediately. So, okay. So to stop wasting time, let's go ahead and get started writing some if statements already. We're gonna do what we did from last time, and then we're going to say write. Okay, hold on. Maybe that's not the best way to put it. Type a number. Then we're gonna put NL, and then we're gonna wait for input, and then we'll put num for number, and then we'll declare an integer called num. And now that we have that, we can write an if statement to see if to see what happens. So we'll write if num is equal to 19, then we'll probably just see out that's my age. And there we have it. Well, actually. And I think that's pretty boring, but basically, if they type in the number 19, I'm going to go ahead and hit F7 to compile. Like succeeded, so I'm going to hit F5. And it says to type a number. So if I put in any other number like 23, it just does nothing. But if I were to hit F5 again, and I type in my age like 19, then it'll say, yo, that's my age. And it's basically what an if statement does. Now, if we were to continue to build on that, I would write cout. Okay. Type in another number. And then I hit an L or something like that. Then wait for an input for num2. So let's create another integer called num2. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to wait for the input, and then we'll write another if statement saying if num is equal to 19 and num2 is not equal to 19, then I would probably say something like the second let me use my fancy English words. The latter number is not my age. And yeah. So then we would write something like that. So I'll hit F7 again. Hit F5. So I type in a number. I'll write in 19. And I'll put another number. I'll put 21. And the latter number is not my age. And that is if both of the numbers are written in as such. So the first one has to be 19. So if I were to write a different number for the first one, 24, and then I typed in 45, then it's not going to do anything, you see? Because both of the numbers, or both the conditions, have to be met for that text to show. So yeah, not cleverly exciting, but that is basically what if statements can be used for, and that is also how they can be you can link two different conditions. Now if there was going to be a list of results, then we'd probably write an if statement like if num is not equal to 19, or num2 is not equal to 19, then I would probably create an if body, and then I'll probably see out why didn't you, or actually I should be like, you should type in 19. And with that, I'll close the statement, and actually I'm going to wait for another input, and then we'll call it type in 19, I guess, and we'll declare another integer up here, int type in 19, and there you have it. So now I'll hit F7 again, and I'll type in 90, then I'll type in 23. It's going to be like, you should type in 19. And if I don't type in 19, it obviously doesn't do anything, but basically it's not going to carry either way. But I could just check again. I can put an if statement within an if statement and write if type in 19 is not equal to 19, then I can see out you didn't listen to me. And then I hit F7. So I'll put in 67, 45, and if I don't put in 19, 50. It's going to say you didn't listen to me. And it'll just exit the program after that. But yeah, that is basically in a nutshell how if statements work. There is one other conditional statement that one could talk about, I suppose. We could link an else if and write else, or we're not going to put an else if yet, but we could put else, and I can see out woot, I guess. And basically what that's going to do is if I put in 19 for both of them, it'll say woot and get excited that you typed in 19 twice. And what you could also do is write else if type in 19 is equal to 19, or num2 is equal to 19, or num is equal to 19, then it'll, if any of those store the value of 19, then it should say woot. So if I just put 19 for that, but then I put 67 for this one, and then I put in 45 for this one. Oh, well, I guess not. That's right, because it's going to check the first condition. So type in 19 was not equal to 19, so I guess it didn't bother with